Hi guys, Martin here, coming to you with my build update number 2 for the Revell 132nd Messerschmitt BF109G10 Erla, kit number 04888. So where have I got to since update number 1? In update number 1 I'd built all the cockpit up, painted it, detailed it, put a wash on it and put the wing brace spar on the underside of the cockpit. I'd done my propeller assemblies, I'd painted all the wheels, wheel axles and assembled the drop tank, and I'd painted inside the flaps and clear coated those ready for a wash. So where have I got to now? Well, I've had all day today to get something done to myself, and started early this morning and it's now 6:15 in the evening, and so I've had a full day. And once your cockpit's built up and put inside the fuselage, the rest just falls into place. So I have a full built up plane, cleaned and ready, masked and ready to go for priming. So there she is. Cockpit canopy's maxed up, cockpit's masked up, sorry, the exhaust and mast. I've put in damp tissue in the wheel wells, in all the air intakes, oil cooler intake and in the filter intake there. So everything's masked now, ready to go. This comes with movable flaps. These flaps move. I've temporarily gotten stuck together with plasticine so that primer and paint doesn't get inside there, because they're already painted on the inside. When the painting's done, I'll just pull those apart so the flaps can be hanging down. These flaps are posable. You can fix them in whatever position you want, and then the end ones are posable too. I had the end ones straight and the middle elevators down, and then I've got my leading edge slats in the open position. What I do that. So yeah, that's it. She flew together. Oh, and the horizontal stabilizer flaps are posable, the rudder's posable, so movable. So that's it. So that's where I've got to on the plane itself, and I have cleaned it all down just before I started with the video with isopropyl alcohol. So she's had a good clean, she's ready to go. There's the propeller. There she is with a propeller on the end. So she came together quick once the cockpit's done. And you've seen all these before, the wheels, wheel axles, rear wheel axle and the drop tank. Drop tank's all cleaned, ready to be primed, along with the plane. And I also have the canopy mast, that's the one that flips open. I'm going to show it in the open position. There's the front window mast, and then the bulletproof shield that goes behind the pilot's head is mast as well. These are going to be sprayed separately. These are the same colour as the cockpit, it's like a dark grey, RLM 66, and the colours on the camo colours on the top are the Lichtgrün, the light green, and the Graugrün, light grey green. So I can't put the canopy in place and airbrush the camouflage colours over them, but I have checked and the fits of the canopy are perfect, so I have no worries about doing any filling. Yeah, canopy goes on nicely. So once I've airbrushed the plane and give it a clear coat, I'll then remove the masking and I'll glue the canopies into place. So these are going to be painted separately in the RLM66. Alright, there's just a few things I've noticed with the instructions. There's some areas that aren't clear where they have two or three variations. For instance, the vertical stabilizer and the rudder. There's 3 styles of rudder, there's 2 styles of vertical stabilizer, but it doesn't reference use this one for version A. You know, the Eric Hartman version could have been referenced as A, and the other version could have been referenced as B, to make it clear which rudder to use and which vertical stabilizer. So that wasn't clear. And there's also a few parts that have incorrect part numbers on the instructions, so be wary of that. And I was going to ring them and show them to you. And also on the underside, this mounting rack here for the drop tank. When you're mounting it to the bottom, there's 4 pegs that have to locate into 4 holes on the underside of the plane. Well, those holes are in these covers, supposed to be in these covers. And there's a couple of versions of these covers that go underside there. That front cover and a rear cover. There's 2 versions of each of those. Again, it doesn't tell you which one goes to which plane. So I stuck those down, and then when I came to stick this on, there's no through holes for the pegs to go into. And it doesn't show you in the instructions to drill any holes through. So when I looked on the inside of the spare one, there were some slight recessed holes. So I drilled through those, and then I used that as a template. I laid it over and then just drilled through to get my positions. Now it looks offset, that piece does, but that's intentional. That's the correct position, because when you put your drop tank on there, the drop tank is central. So don't freak out if you think this doesn't look right. That is the correct position. So yeah, just a few things. No instructions telling you to drill the holes in that bottom plate. No instructions referencing which ones to use out of the 2 sets of plates. And no instructions referencing for which aircraft uses which rudder and vertical stabilizer. Now when I put the vertical stabilizer on, it was a real tight fit, so there's a piece that stands up off the bottom vertical stabilizer. See if I can see that here. I'll show you that. In the instructions, instruction 35, you see there's like a fin standing up, and there's a rectangular slot inside it that slides over. Well, I had to sand the top, the 2 ends, and the sides. I had to really sand them down to get this to fit. And then it has to be a smooth finish. The plane doesn't have a panel line there where these 2 halves fit, so you've got to smooth that down to get rid of the join line, which I did. So there we are, that's where I'm at, and I'm ready to start priming. So that's it from me, guys. Thanks for following this build, and I'm going to go and have some dinner now because it's evening, and then I'm going to prime this baby before I go to bed so she's ready to paint it. So next update will be the plane primed, pre-shaded, some silver paint on the leading edges around the cowlings and down the sides of the fuselage where the pilot and engineers are. So some silver paint, pre-shading, priming, and then I'll get on with the camouflage. I'll do all the underside in the RLM76 and down the sides, and then I'll do the camo, the upper camo, and that'll be it. and then I'll do update number 4 for you guys when she's painted. So thanks again, guys. Keep up the great videos yourself. Loving what I'm seeing, and I am watching. I'm trying my best. I've got a lot of stuff saved in my watch later folder. As I said earlier in the previous video, I've got family here from Florida, so that's kind of been holding me up. Anyway, I'm out of here, guys. Thanks for watching. Take care. Tally-o. Chocks away.
Thank you.